Sometimes you think you're playing chess when everyone else is playing checkers. I thought I was being clever, strategic even. Turns out I was just being stupid. Anyway, make sure to hit that like button if you enjoy my videos, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. So there I was, 24 years old, managing a retail store that barely paid my bills, dating Shane for 2 years. Shane worked in some finance thing, always talking about spreadsheets and budgets like they were the most fascinating things on earth. Look, I loved him, but the man was obsessed with tracking every penny. Not in a controlling way, more like he genuinely got excited about organizing receipts. Weird, but whatever. The thing is, I deserve better than chain restaurants and Netflix nights. My friends were getting taken to nice places, posting these gorgeous dinner photos, spa weekends, concerts. Meanwhile, Shane would suggest we cook at home to save money for something special. Special never seemed to come. That Wednesday morning, I was feeling particularly frustrated. Taylor had just posted pictures from this amazing weekend her boyfriend took her on. Resort fancy dinners, the works. Here I was, scrolling through Instagram at work, seeing everyone else living their best life while my boyfriend got excited about a 2-for-1 pizza deal. So I made a TikTok. Nothing dramatic, just me lip-syncing to this audio about not feeling valued, mascara running a little for effect. The caption was simple. 2 years together and he never takes me anywhere. Just video games and his stupid friends. I deserve better. Neglected girlfriend, know your worth. Princess treatment. I posted it during my lunch break and went back to dealing with customers returning clearance items without receipts. By the time I checked my phone again, the video had blown up. 67K views, 8K likes, over 1,000 comments calling Shane trash, telling me to dump him, saying I deserved so much better. Finally, someone understood. That's when Shane's coworker showed him the video. I found out later he actually laughed when he saw it. Laughed. Like my feelings were some kind of joke to him. But here's where Shane got petty. Instead of, talking to me like a normal person, he decided to embarrass me publicly. He made his own TikTok, his first ever, which should tell you how calculated this was. Just a slideshow of receipts with that annoying "oh no" audio. The receipts were extensive. Dinner at that upscale sushi place I'd been wanting to try. $280. Concert tickets to see my favorite artist, $450 for VIP. Weekend resort booking, $800. Broadway show, $290. Wine tasting tour, cooking class, hot air balloon ride, fancy brunch spots. Over $5,000 in 2 months. He captioned it, "Guess these receipts are for my other girlfriend." Receipts and respect, and tagged me. Within an hour, it had more views than my original video. The comments were brutal. People were calling me a gold digger, saying I was ungrateful that Shane should dump me. My own video suddenly looked pathetic in comparison. I called him 23 times in 10 minutes. He didn't answer once. My texts ranged from "take it down now" to "you're humiliating me" to "this is financial abuse" to "we need to talk." Nothing. He was at work, apparently too busy to respond to his girlfriend's crisis. By lunch, I had deleted my original video, but the internet never forgets. People had already screen recorded it, made reaction videos, turned it into memes. Someone found my Instagram, where I'd posted pictures from all those dates tagged at the expensive restaurants, showing off at the concert, posing at the resort spa. Taylor called me freaking out. "You need to fix this. Everyone's sharing that receipt video." "He's destroying my reputation," I said, pacing around my apartment. "But Evie, those receipts, that's like a lot of money." "That's not the point. I was expressing my feelings. He turned the internet against me." "Maybe you should have mentioned the dates in your original video." Even my best friend was turning on me. This was insane. That night, I showed up at Shane's apartment with backup, Taylor, my cousin Paula, and my sister Molly. We came ready to confront this manipulative behavior. Molly immediately started recording on her phone. "We're here to address how this man tried to shame my sister for expressing her feelings." Shane pulled out his phone too and started recording. "Cool, we're all documenting. Please continue." That threw us off. I started crying. Not the performative kind, real tears of frustration and humiliation. "You've ruined my life. Everyone's calling me a gold digger." "I never said that. I just posted receipts." "You turned the internet against me." "You turned the internet against me first. I just provided context." Paula jumped in. "A real man wouldn't put his woman on blast like that. A real woman wouldn't lie about her man for clout. She was just expressing how she felt." "Feelings aren't lies," I added. "She literally said I never take her anywhere while posting from places I took her." "That's different. I meant emotionally. You don't appreciate me." Shane just stared at me for a long moment. Then I played my final card. the ultimatum that always worked. If you don't take down that video and post an apology, we're done. Okay, you'll do it. Okay, we're done. The shock hit me like a physical blow. He really thought TikTok was more important than our relationship. You're choosing social media over us. I'm choosing self-respect over being with someone who publicly lies about me for sympathy. I lost it. Started grabbing my stuff. Hoodies I'd borrowed, a watch he'd let me wear, even tried to take a PlayStation controller. I'm taking everything I deserve. Sure, your actual stuff is in that box by the door. I looked at the small box, then at him. That's it after 2 years? That's literally everything you left here, unless you deserve things you didn't buy. Molly was still recording, narrating like some investigative journalist. As you can see, he's prepared to throw her out like trash. As you can see, Shane said to his phone, I pre-packed her belongings respectfully, and I'm returning them without issue. We left with threats about karma and how he'd regret this. I went home and ordered pizza, trying to process what had just happened. The next day, I decided to fight back. If Shane wanted to play dirty, I could too. I started a series of TikToks about financial abuse in relationships, how he used money to control me, how those dates were actually love bombing, how keeping receipts was proof of his narcissistic documentation habits. I gained some traction with this angle. A creator with 400K followers even made a video essay about receipt guy and toxic masculinity. Finally, people were seeing the real story. But Shane wasn't done being petty. Remember that non-refundable resort booking I had to cancel because Paula was having drama with her ex. He took his mom instead, posted everything. Since someone canceled last minute on this non-refundable trip, treated my mom to her first spa weekend. Look how happy she is. Mom appreciates it. The pictures were golden. His mom at the spa at the fancy restaurant by the pool with a cocktail. She looked genuinely happy, which somehow made it worse. The comments went insane. He took his mom. I'm screaming, this is the level of petty I aspire to. Your mom's smile, she raised you right. Bet his ex is seething. His mom even made her own TikTok with help from his sister. When your son treats you to the vacation his ungrateful ex didn't want. Blessed raised him right. It went viral too. The hashtag Baja take mom instead started trending. I went nuclear, made a 10-part TikTok series called The Truth About Receipt Guy. Each video had evidence of his supposed abuse, screenshots of him saying he couldn't afford a $3,000 Cartier bracelet I wanted, photos of him playing video games instead of paying attention to me, texts where he said he was tired after work, pictures of me crying with no context. But video 6 is where I messed up. I posted our text conversation from a year ago where I'd admitted to lying to my ex about being pregnant to keep him around. I was trying to show Shane was judgmental for telling me that was wrong. The internet destroyed me. She faked a pregnancy. Receipt guy dodged a bullet. This girl is unhinged. Imagine telling on yourself like this. I deleted everything within hours, but people had already screenshot it all. Someone made a compilation called Evelyn's Cell Phones that got 2 million views. Then I got desperate. Started messaging Shane's friends, telling them he was controlling and manipulative. His buddy responded by posting our conversation where I'd offered to hang out if he could convince Shane to take me back. He captioned it, "Your girl's shooting her shot in my DMs while calling my boy abusive. Make it make sense." I even contacted Shane's ex Luna trying to get dirt on him. Luna screenshot everything and sent it to Shane, then posted, "Receipt guy's ex hit me up looking for dirt. Sorry girl, he was a great boyfriend. I'm actually team receipt guy. Also, didn't you fake a pregnancy? Seek help." Molly tried to salvage things with a video about how the internet was bullying me without knowing the full story. Someone commented, "What's the full story that she got more than 5K worth of dates in 2 months, then lied about it?" When Molly responded about emotional neglect, the commenter shot back, "I'm emotionally neglected by my bank account after seeing those receipts." Even my supporters started turning. One girl who'd initially defended me posted, "I was on her side until I did the math. 5K less in 2 months. That's more than my rent. I'm switching teams." Meanwhile, Shane was thriving. The spa weekend with his mom had given him some new perspective. He started a TikTok series called Dating Receipts, giving advice about financial boundaries. It took off immediately. My final attempt was starting a support group for victims of financial manipulation. Made a whole Instagram page, Facebook group, everything. The first meeting was virtual, with 7 people, including me. I was explaining how Shane weaponized money and documented everything to use against me when some woman asked, "So he forced you to go to these expensive places?" Well, no, but he knew I'd feel obligated. Did you ever offer to pay? That's not the point. He made more money. How much more? Like 20,000 more per year. The woman laughed. Girl, that's not enough difference for him to be spending 2,500 a month on dates. You were bleeding him dry. Another person chimed in. Wait, your receipt guy's ex? The one who faked the pregnancy. The meeting ended shortly after that. The group disbanded the next day. But the worst part, Paula's boyfriend saw all the drama and started doing math on his own relationship with her. Turns out Paula had been pulling the same stuff. Never paying, always expecting expensive dates while posting about being independent. He dumped her and posted his own receipts, starting a whole trend. On Show Their Seats was everywhere. Shane got invited to do a podcast about modern dating and financial expectations. When the host asked if he regretted how everything went down, he said, "My only regret is not seeing the red flags sooner. Like when she made me return a birthday gift because she found it cheaper online, or when she calculated how much her engagement ring should cost based on my salary, or when she referred to my money as our money, but her money as her money." The podcast went viral. Even my mom commented on it, apologizing for my behavior. I made one last TikTok crying real tears this time, saying I was taking a break from social media to heal from the trauma. I also mentioned moving to Dallas for a fresh start. 3 months later, I moved back. Couldn't hack it in Texas. The guy I'd tried dating there had seen Shane's TikTok and blocked me immediately. I was working at Dad's company now, all my social media deleted. Mom made therapy a condition of living at home again. The wildest part, Shane's ex before me, William, reached out after seeing everything. Turns out I'd done the exact same thing to him. Never offered to pay, always forgot my wallet. Expected expensive, everything claimed he was financially abusive when he set boundaries. He had receipts to almost $8,000 over their relationship. William was now engaged to someone who insisted on splitting everything 50-50. He said the first time she paid for dinner, he almost cried. Last week I got a text from an unknown number. It was long, starting with how therapy helped me realize I had internalized toxic expectations about relationships and how I was working on myself. I apologize for the lies, the manipulation, the smear campaign. Then the last paragraph. I know it's probably too late, but if you ever want to try again, I promise things would be different. I could show you the real me. Shane responded, "The real you?" I have $573 worth of receipts that already showed me the real you. Good luck with therapy, though. I didn't reply. What could I say? That I was sorry, that I'd learned my lesson. The truth is, I still think he overreacted. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have made that first TikTok, but posting those receipts was cruel and calculated. He knew exactly what he was doing. Someone asked me if I regret putting him on blast so publicly. Look, he tried to publicly humiliate me with those receipts. I just defended myself the only way I knew how. The fact that the truth was embarrassing, that's on him for keeping track of everything like some kind of accountant. But here's what really gets me. Shane's moved on completely. New relationship, better job, genuinely happy, from what I hear through mutual friends. Meanwhile, I'm 25 living with my parents, and every guy I try to date either recognizes me from the videos or finds out about them eventually. My therapist says I need to take accountability for my actions, but I don't see how I'm the villain here. I express my feelings. Shane made me look like a gold digger, and now I'm the one whose life got destroyed. How is that fair? The receipt thing became this whole movement about dating and financial boundaries. People still recognize me sometimes, usually with these knowing looks, like I'm some cautionary tale. Last month, some girl at Target whispered to her friend, "That's receipt girl," when I walked by. Between us, I still think Shane was weak for keeping all those records. Real men don't document every dollar they spend on their girlfriend like they're building a legal case. And posting them publicly, that's not strength, that's vindictive and ugly. But I guess that's my life now. The girl who lied about never getting taken anywhere while living off her boyfriend's generosity. The cautionary tale about social media and entitled girlfriends. The reason guys now keep receipts. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I'd just been grateful for what I had. But then I remember how good it felt when that first video was getting likes and comments, people telling me I deserved better. Maybe I did deserve better. Maybe I still do. The truth is, I'm not sorry for wanting more. I'm sorry I got caught wanting it.